Good day, beautiful people. I hope you are enjoying yourself because I am having a great day. And I just wanted to welcome you out to the Power Quarter Hour. Now, what is that, you'll say? So, the Power Quarter Hour is my little lively 15-minute live stream. And so, we're tailoring it to aspiring entrepreneurs and people that are just kind of seeking an edge. You want to learn some things about business, you want some ideas, maybe a little bit of feedback on some things that you've decided to ask us. And so, basically, what I'm doing is giving you my unique perspective on different topics. How to start a mocktail business. Now, let me tell you why. And I am the chief curator at Give It to the People, which is a mental wealth business that is focused on creating conferences across the state of North Carolina and, of course, beyond if you need us to do that. And what we do over here is we also teach people how to do things. And so, facilitating classes and doing coaching. So those are some things way back in the Periscope days, if you remember that. And every night for, I don't know, maybe 6 months or more, I used to do a Power Quarter Hour. And so it was 15 minutes of advice, of information, of trending topics, of things that I just thought were important to entrepreneurs. So now we're doing this and we're taking on different topics and, just really giving you the business aspect of things. So I thought about something that I love and I said, you know what? Oftentimes when things are simple, they get complicated for people. And so what do I mean by that? Well, if I said, well, let's start a mocktail business, I love to drink a good mocktail. So I've never drunk, so I'm not an alcohol person. I never really liked the smell of alcohol. And this was just, my personal preference. This wasn't like anything bad happened. It was just, this is who I am. And this is what I want to do. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people are going toward the trend of not drinking alcohol, or a lot of people are similar to myself and they don't drink alcohol at all. And so a lot of times what you'll see is you'll see like a dry January. And usually that's going to be some type of celebration that the church is doing in order to allow people to kind of cut back and get into the new year, because probably the day beforehand, everybody was probably drunk and then they want to give you a dry January. And so a lot of times that can be one of the catalysts to people wanting to have mocktails. Now, for me, I love a delicious sip. I love fruity flavors. I also love mixing things together that you might not think go together. And I've learned over the last, let's say, 3 years of making mocktails that certain things go so well together. Certain things should probably be like a building block of mocktails. And so that's where this whole idea and concept came from. So I said, well, in 15 minutes, can I teach you how to create a mocktail business? And then I thought to myself, you sure can, you smart girl. So I'm going to give you a couple of different ideas. And when I'm telling you, I'm going to run through these, a couple of different ideas. Okay. So number one, recipes. You know what? Somebody doesn't know how to do something. One thing I love doing is going on Pinterest specifically and finding people's recipes. And sometimes they'll put the recipes, sometimes they'll just show you what they put in. They won't tell you how much of something. And, they might want you to go to their blog, or they just may want to do this because they're a content creator. But making a recipe is something that has like tested time, right? So when you think about it, something that grandma used to make back in the day, she made a specific way, and you want to follow that recipe because you still want to have that flavor, that fragrance, that feel, that taste. And it's the same thing with recipes for drinks. So that is one way that you could sell recipes. And so a lot of times people will turn that into a tangible book or ebook, right? So that's one. Another way is you could do event catering. Now, why am I saying that? Does it seem weird? It seems a little bit weird, but a lot of times caterers may not necessarily provide the drinks. If they do, they may be something that's store bought, and they may not provide like a custom drink. And so a lot of times that's a great way to be able to do that, especially if you're thinking about weddings, corporate events, things that you really want people to feel special, and maybe you want a signature drink. And so this is a great way for you to do it, because maybe you can work with caterers, or maybe whatever the event is, it only needs something light, and mocktails would be a great option. Okay, so that's two. Now, three, you could say, well, you know what? I'm also going to consider doing a subscription box. Now, you could have your recipes in there. You could maybe have some ingredients in there, and every month you could have a different type of recipe. And so people are doing subscription boxes for all types of things. So why not do it for something like mocktails? Now, you can maybe sell accessories, glassware in there. You can sell, maybe like the sugars if you use that. You could even sell, they have the little add-ins that you put in to make it colored if you felt like it. And so those are a lot of things that you could do in a subscription box. And every month you could have a theme, and poof, now you got a whole business out there that people want because they'll probably have something to celebrate on a monthly basis. And maybe if you want to start out, you don't do it monthly, maybe it's a quarterly thing, and you can then promote, and you can get people to want to buy a box, and you can do it based around the holidays. I mean, it's plenty of different ways to do the same thing. It just depends on how frequent you feel like you want to make money. So the less that you sell it, or the less that you have the box, I mean, you have more time to market it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you'll make more money. So you can choose if you're going to use like a monthly kind of thing, or if you want to go quarterly, or maybe bi-monthly. It just depends, on what your capacity is, and, also what the response is from the public. All right. So the next thing is you can do classes and workshops. I teach all the time. I love a good class. Okay. I would love to go to a class where somebody would show me how to make a mocktail. And what I do in a way to kind of get like a mini class is I may ask a bartender, oh, could you make me something? And I tell them I like certain fruity things. I love a good pineapple taste. I love a good strawberry. And, sometimes they'll ask, well, do you like certain things? And I'm like, nah, I don't really care for that. But then they'll put something together and they'll usually tell me what they made. So it's kind of like you're getting a mini class. But if you decided that you were good enough at that to teach other people, why not do some type of workshop or some type of class where then you can show people how to do it? And then this way they can go forth and they can multiply. I mean, it could be a great thing. Now think about it like this. This could be something that would be great for couples. It could be great for a girls' night out. It could be great for just some friends and some family because it's a mocktail. And so therefore, it's nothing in there that's going to get you drunk, right? So it could be something that would be really great for families. And in this way, it gives them something new to do and something where they can spend time together. All right. So next, we're going to be talking about pop-ups. Okay. Now, even though I said catering, a pop-up's not the same thing. So let's just say you were going to go to an event where they automatically have pop-up things like food trucks. But oftentimes food trucks may not necessarily have the drinks. And even if they do, they don't have your drinks. Okay. And so then if you know that there's going to be this great event, oftentimes people are going to sell you bottled water and bottled sodas and Gatorades. Okay. And I'm not saying nobody wants that, because if you don't have a choice, then yeah, you're probably going to get it. But wouldn't it be amazing if a person could have a tasty mocktail, maybe throw a piece of fruit in there? Ooh, I'm telling you, it could be amazing. Like that would be something really awesome. And I've even thought of, well, even if you had a pop-up, maybe you could have a mocktail truck, right? So the same way that they have food trucks, then you could turn a whole truck into a mocktail truck. And that would be super awesome. That's something that I could see like in a future vision board, because I just think that, the great thing about having a truck is you can take it wherever you need it to go. So it's not like it just has to be stationary, but you can then find places to work with, which is my next thing. You could also do a collaboration. So maybe there is a store, there is a boutique, there is a restaurant, there could be a cafe, and they want some of what you have. And let me tell you why that's important. Even if they do sell their own drinks, the thing is that the experiential part is there if you come and you bring your mocktail business out there. So I want you to think about this. So let's just say it's a boutique, and of course they don't sell food and they don't sell drinks, but you bringing that out there could be an added value to their already existing customer base. And if you have a very, she foo kind of boutique, they're going to bring the type of customer base that's going to want to spend the money on your mocktails, right? So if you think about it like this, it's a win-win for both of you, because they're getting people that want to come and shop, and then you're getting people that want your mocktails, and they get to try some things and they can spend their money. And you should also make it so that they can book you for an event that they might have. And this is how you can make this a very cyclical thing in order to have this mocktail business. Now, the last thing that I want you to think about is, sometimes when I say we overcomplicate things, it is because other people have put limitations on what they think you can do. Other people think, well, how are you going to make money with that? All right. And let me just tell you, I have seen people make money with all kinds of things. Now, if you got really, really frisky and you wanted to get into the stores, you you could have a mocktail mix, and then that could be something that could be sold in the stores where people can make their own drinks. Now, I've already seen people doing this in places like your Home Goods, your TJ Maxx, your Marshalls, where they have a little kit and everything that you need is in there. And these then become gift giving items. Okay. So you might buy it for yourself, but what if it was going to be a gift for someone, right? So when you think about it, people have been doing boxes for the longest amount of time. But if you make it where there are special themed ones for special occasions, and this is a little bit different than what I was talking about before, like just doing a monthly one or monthly or a quarterly one. But what if you had a box that was for Valentine's Day? Okay. What if you had a box that was for Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day? There are enough holidays out there to where you could go ahead and you could do a great box. Now, the great thing about mocktails, and I'm sure you know this, but I'm just going to tell you. The great thing about mocktails is some people will love the taste of it and they still want to add in a little alcohol. So you can let them know which alcohol to add in, and then they can buy that. And if they want to make it a cocktail, then they can do that. But they could also leave it just to be a mocktail. And then you're having another added value because you're not having to spend any money on alcohol, and you don't have to worry about any licensing kind of things in relation to that. But you can then give people the information that they need for them to then turn it into a cocktail. So I just want you to understand, no matter what business you've chosen, you can make it be what you need it to be. And when you're talking about something like a mocktail business, I've just given you multiple ideas on how you can then make that something that is tangible for yourself. And I'm sure it's something that you might enjoy. So for me, I love a good mocktail. And so what I did, let's just show you real quick. All right, let's put this up. What I did was, and I'm hoping you'll be able to see it real quick. Hold on, let me get this up. All right, so here. So I'm doing an event called the Marketing Morning Mixer. Ooh, the 3 M's, right? This event is going to be on Friday, September 8th. And I'm doing it at our new facility that's going to be in Durham. And the thing about this is, I wanted to make something that was for entrepreneurs, but that also pulled in something that I love. And so I love mocktails. So this event is meant to help people to curate their content. So we're going to be focused on AI content curation, which will include videos and will also include some standard graphic type of availability of things that you can do and the actual content itself. And we're doing it early in the morning. Why? Because we want the early morning risers. And so that 8:30 to 11 time frame gives you enough time to get in and get out. This way, you get a training, you get to meet some new people while you're networking, and you also get to create your 30 days worth of content while you're there. Because a lot of times people are missing the accountability. So why not come out and have a great time and have a delicious drink? So each month we're going to have a different theme. And so our theme for the first one is AI content creation. And then the next thing is, what is our mocktail? So we're going to be specializing on a citrus ginger spritz. And I promise you're going to love it. So I have a couple of different versions of it that you'll be able to try when you get out there. And it's included in your admission. And you're also going to get the live training, right? So not only do you get to network with other people, you also get to get your content done. You get to get trained by me. You get the morning sips, okay? So it's so many great things. Now, this is my way of turning how I want to do mocktails into something that also is an event. And you can consider how you might want to do something, but I think that this is a great idea for me, but also for specifically women who want to come out and who want to just have a good time, who want to look good, who want to create their content. I think that it's a great way to be able to take this idea of a mocktail and then put it together. And the people that come out, I'm going to give them the recipe as well. So now you get a whole lot extra when you come out to this event. And so this is how you can take one idea and then you can turn it into something that is magnificent. Now, I hope you have enjoyed this presentation today, because it to me is one of the great things that I'm able to do is to kind of just really need to be in relation to just kind of exploring and just thinking outside of the box, because there's really no box unless you put yourself in one. And so for me, I like to think about how else can I expand my brand, but I was getting bored. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, sometimes you do stuff the same way so much that you want to explore different ways to do it. So pair something that you love with something that you love, right? And so I love teaching people, and I also love making mocktails. So now this way you can have a creation, a curation even, that is multifaceted, and now it serves the needs of the people that need the things. Now, if you're coming to that event, I need you to go ahead and get your tickets. You can go to giveittothepeople.com, and then you can go to forward slash oh, hold up, I'm not even sure which page it's on, but yeah, you can go to giveittothepeople.com and you'll be able to find it. And hopefully we'll see you soon. And it is limited to 8 people, so make sure that you always show up and show out, and you continue to give it to the people. Bye, guys.